Huh?
What are you filming for?
We're live on YouTube.
For who?
Does it matter?
Are you jumpers?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Is it a bad thing?
Yeah, real bad.
Why?
Why do you support a child molester?
I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Are you Jason?
Jason? No, I'm not. They just asked why do I support a child molester licking his lips and shit. It's kind of weird. That's if I was Jason. I don't know who the fuck Jason is, but he had to go all the way back and cross the sidewalk right there. Mentally, all right. I just got here too, so. But anyways, guy's not worth the time. Once the bee pheromone gets in the air, he's gonna go tell his comrades that, Trump supporters here. Yeah, he's over there. And we're in Ballard, Washington, so there's only a couple people. I think a few of them are leaving. I don't know. There was more people here when I first got here. I went around and got all set up, and I think more people are showing. I see someone in like blowies and shit, so we'll see. I'm gonna stay on this side because that guy seemed a little unhinged, kind of thing. So we'll see what happens in general, because sometimes they find out you're like a Trump supporter and they get really unhinged, and then the bee pheromone gets in the air. Yeah, they are weirdos, right? I'm gonna get off the sidewalk so I don't get ran over or anything like that, but yeah, Ballard, Washington. So yeah, Ballard. I was gonna ask him questions, but he seemed like, he didn't want to talk at all just because, different opinions. He thinks that we're, illiterate and all that shit, right? Every bad thing you could think of, they think we're Nazis. When really they're the real Nazis, right? Yeah, they're weirdos. I know, the guy was a fucking weirdo. He is wearing a fucking... Oh, we got a blowy. I got two blowies. There we go. Two little blowies. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's more of you guys watching than there are protesters, so yeah. Doing a real good job out here in Ballard, right? I'm counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mindless idiots. And they're in their neighborhood, so, this is all their neighbors honking and shit at them. Release the Epstein files, all of them. I gotta get the blowy in here. So we got two blowies. Was not expecting that. They're fascist Nazis. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Like, who are you with? You're not allowed to be here. It's fucking America, and they want to know, like, what organization are you with? What, so they could dox you and shit. That's usually their objective. They don't give a fuck about free speech, right? If they cared about free speech, the fucking nut job wouldn't be harassing me. He would say, oh, cool. We disagree, but, the guy in the fucking Christmas jacket kind of was the only one that talked to me. I don't know. He seemed a little unhinged, so I'm not going to ask anybody questions or anything. You got to do their little photo op for Facebook and shit, right? They have a sign that says, "End Trump's stupid war. Impeach and imprison." Hey, Congress, where is your moral compass? I agree with that one, honestly. Fucking Congress is a shit show in general. No one is above the law. Everybody agrees with that, right? I think they're just here for the honks and shit. We're kind of in a neighborhood in Ballard. It's fuck, we probably got some lefties watching since yesterday. Going to show up here. It's on Northwest 85th Street and 25th Ave Northwest. It's kind of 85th Street away from like the main area. It kind of goes down into like the neighborhood, kind of by a church and like more of a residential area. Kind of a stupid location, right? But there's a lot of cars that drive by in general, like more of a residential. And I bet you the neighbors around here. What's funny is I went to the wrong spot originally, and what I was like, fuck, they didn't show up, and I heard the fucking honking. That's kind of how I found the place. It was the excessive honking. You know, anytime it's like excessive, you know, it's these fucking idiots out here doing this shit. And we're in a residential area, kind of. I'd imagine the neighbors are pissed with all the honking. They do this shit. I think it's the first and third Saturday of every month. So imagine living in one of these houses and hearing nonstop fucking honking, right, on a Saturday. It'll probably drive you nuts. I don't know. I don't trust this fucking guy. He seems unhinged. I don't trust him coming up behind me at all. Don't get in my space. That's all I ask, right? This guy's fucking unhinged. Fucking unhinged. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. He just seems unhinged as fuck. I don't know what his deal is, but he seems unhinged. And there he goes, back to the crosswalk to cross. So he goes to the crosswalk to cross because they're so fucking unhinged. I do not trust that guy. I do not trust that guy at all. He seems fucking loopy. And the lefties are like very prone to violence, right? They'll assault you just for being out here filming him. I didn't ask any questions. He came right up to me. So, I mean, he's kind of the aggressor, right? And we are in a super lefty area, so these people are just kind of unhinged. I think he's going home. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Let's be real, they're all unhinged. I know, right? And he very well could be going home to get a fucking gun or something. Who knows? He just seems like he's out to get me. He's angry as fuck. Too old for that shit, right? I don't know. Sweet. Oh, he's getting in his car. He's leaving. I think he's getting in his car leaving. I think I triggered him. So I'm kind of between these two cars for my own safety because I don't trust these fucking people. When I was down in Tacoma at the ice facility, there was a fucking gal. I had a feeling she was going to try to run me over or some shit. Let me put this on a wide lens so you guys can see what's going on here. Just a couple commies out here. I didn't bring a bullhorn. I think I will next time, especially for little shit like this, because this isn't too big of a crowd, right? Couldn't live around these people. Yeah, I couldn't either. They're fucking sometimes they're friendly, right? But when they get in groups like this, they're kind of under like a spell, right? So they get in groups, and then it's the group thing kicks in. And I always use the bee pheromone kind of analogy. That pheromone gets in the air, and they all come out with their like stingers and shit. So it's interesting. Yes, they'll assault you for existing. It's ridiculous. I know, they're Nazis. They're the real Nazis. They are the real Nazis. And yeah, I would hate to just live in this neighborhood with all the excessive honking and shit. It would drive me nuts. This is every first and third Saturday they do this shit. Just intimidating. I mean, the neighbors probably agree with their bullshit, you know, but twice a month, you know, come on, get the fuck out. Go find a new block. It's non-stop honking too. Yeah, that guy was fucking deranged. I have a feeling he's gonna come back. I just don't trust him coming out behind me and shit. I don't mind people being aggressive and asking questions. You can just see in his eyes, he's fucking deranged. He was just deranged as fuck. A lot of these people seem normal here, but that guy was not normal. Using an all account you happened last night and you can't chat in live for a fee. Yeah, right. Good to see you. Yeah, it was. I wasn't really planning on it, but I was like, fuck it, on the way out. If it's nothing crazy. Oh, excuse me. There's nothing crazy. I was like, fuck it, I'll go out, kind of thing. And so here we are. But yeah, it's a nice day. So it is what it is. You live here? No. You don't? Okay. I was just gonna try to talk to a neighbor. You know, they do this every first and third Saturday. Just seeing if there's any people that the honking's driving them nuts, right? It's already driving me nuts.
Loading up boxes for church donations.
Oh, really? Yeah, right. Well, that guy doesn't live around here, but says there's a lot of nut. I guess they're doing behind. They're doing like food boxes or something at the church parking lot. So I'll probably walk over there, see what's going on. Yeah, not much of a crowd at all. I figured it's Ballard, and maybe they do have more at some times. I'm not sure. This is the first time I've seen these guys, but I figure that. So yesterday, May Day, they have a second event kind of today for everybody that's like normal and went to work, if you can call them normal. So today's supposed to be other big events, May Day 2.0, right? Day 2, if you will. Kind of thing going on. So I think I don't know how big this typically is, but I'd imagine there's some people probably skip this usual event to go to like the May Day events going on. I seen an older man on the plane with a Trump hat. The captain told him he needed to take it off for safety reasons, right? On Delta. Yeah, that's how bad they are. Yeah, and you know what? It's bullshit. They can make the argument, oh, it's a private company, they can tell you what to do, but at that point, that's real fascism, right? These people wouldn't know what fucking fascism is if it hit them in the face. And you know, what's funny is there's a guy out here with the Ukraine sign, right? So the president in Ukraine suspended all election. He's a real dictator, right? And you could say probably a real fascist, a modern fascist, but they support that shit, right? Only because Orange Man bad, right? That's all it is. Anything that's anti-Trump, it doesn't matter the policy. If Trump supports it, they're against it. If Trump's against it, they're for it. So it's just fucking, the mental illness is real. And I'll show you the sign. It's this fucking guy with the sign here. He's kind of deranged. He's the guy going around kind of telling everybody, oh, that guy over there is a fucking Trump supporter. Boo-hoo. Boo fucking who. Yeah, I gotta keep watching my back every second because that guy was fucking deranged that came up to me a minute ago. He seems like the kind of person that's prone to violence. I'm not gonna allow someone to come up on my back, my 6, and so I gotta keep my eye on this piece of shit. I know his car. Thank God I filmed it, so if he does do something, it's a red car at the beginning of the film that was kind of there. So I'm glad I captured that. I'm about to post on X. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, this dumb shit right here. We're not gonna focus on him. This. Yeah, I think they're just out here for the fucking honks. Hey, hey, ho, ho, all the illegals got to go. Trump should tell them oxygen is good. Bunch of fucking right. Switching the signs. Yeah, I should have brought a bullhorn. This is a perfect one for it because these fucking people would probably clear out. Fuck, I gotta watch my 6 every 2 seconds right here. I just don't trust that guy that was here earlier. He seems a little unhinged. Yeah, the oxygen thing's funny. These fucking idiots wore masks all through COVID. So you know they got a little brain damage from low oxygen sat, right? Who are these clowns? I don't know the organization. I found it on the Seattle-protests.org. There's 2 in Ballard area, so I'm not the one that's... I don't even know what the name of the group is, to be honest with you, but I know they do this shit every first and third Saturday of the month and just terrorize the fuck out of the neighbors. Imagine living in that little complex right there, right? I'll take a 360 of where I'm at. Church over here, and this is all residential, right? Residential, and this all residential neighborhood over there. So I'd imagine these fucking people are just being terrorized. Hold a sign if you love Trump. Yeah, I got some signs getting made. So I'll have some signs. I got it like when I do restreaming or recaps. That one that's like DEI, like the Trump logo style DEI one I have, and then a couple others. They're getting printed. He sports $1 billion given to Ukraine, but he cries with the billion. Yeah, I know. Isn't that fucking ironic? Non-stop. Honk for Trump! F-turds are out in full force in my city. Yeah, they're kind of out everywhere, right? These people in these blowies are weird as fuck. The one in the unicorn, she's probably off her meds this morning. So look out for like an Amber Alert. She seems like she's a little deranged. Hey, what's up, sister? You know what that is? Also a unicorn that goes to port. Yeah, I see that one all the time. But yeah, I never know. The libtards probably get quality discount. Yeah, they probably do. They probably get the shit for free. Yeah, what's going on behind? You see like the U-Haul truck and this big semi tractor trailer. It's like something to do with the church. They're doing like food box distribution or something. And they're kind of like, what the fuck are these people doing, if you will? Is that unicorn blowy doing the zig ha? Sure fucking looks like it, right? Oh, they got a kid out here. I don't like filming kids. No way for me to disinclude them from the protest, but what this woman is doing is kind of child abuse, brainwashing kids when they have no clue what they're doing. They're like, hold the sign. Huh? Oh, no, I don't want a sign. I'm not with your guys' group. We're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Where's the old man? Yeah, I've been watching my six, and like when I go silent, I'm just like checking around the bus or the little van that's parked here looking for him. I have a feeling he's coming back. There's no reason why that guy was here for 2 minutes, and he'll be back. He'll be back. It's just he'll be back, but what is he up to when he gets back? Grandma took the kid from the parents. The parents are like, yeah, you can have the grandkid for the weekend. The grandma is fucking brainwashed and brings them out here. Like we got Karen already. Here we go with let's film the guy filming us. Remember these fucking triggered fucks? I don't mind her filming me, but we all know what she's trying to do. You see me on fucking Bookface or something with the question, who is this guy, right? These fucking boomers think that they're so, like, that's like a fear tactic. Like, I'm going to go join the protest and film. This fucking boomer. Reminds me of the lady from fucking Tacoma, right? When I was at Tacoma, the ice facility. The whole fucking time, the lady just filmed me, right? I'm just here observing, and they're like, oh, let's film this guy. I'm not going to go over there and say, what the fuck, who are you? You can't film me. They look all pissed. Did you see the girl who was attacked last night? Yeah, that was Katie Davis Cord. Yeah, I seen that shit. If that's who you're talking about. Have fun with the copyright infringement from YouTube. Yeah, no shit, right? Came back, you won, yes. Yeah, that was Katie. I heard various things of like how they found out she was there, but I kind of went and reviewed it later. What it looks like is some dude recognized like her phone or just something she had, and that was kind of like, I think she's filming this van like it's mine or some shit. That crazy Karen over here, zooming in on the license plates here. It's not my van, but yeah, we'll let her think that. Yeah, she's zooming in on the van. We got his license plate number. Hey, wrong vehicle. That's not mine. This is mine. The BMW. This one's mine. Right here. It's not mine. This one right here. There's the plate. Dipshit. Look at her. She believes it. What a dipshit. But yeah, so she was in like a green fucking suit or something. It was like, it looked like an alien, but turtle, whatever it was. And yeah, so they spotted her. I think it was like her phone. And you hear the guy, if you go listen carefully, like saw her phone or whatever. And it kind of puts that pheromone in the air. I always use that reference. And then other people are like, oh, it's her. And also she was kind of live, kind of giving it away. So, I mean, yeah, it was crazy. And then the tough guy dudes, right, that went and fucking chased her down, right? Chased her down, and like, what are you going to do when you chase a woman down like that? Like, what was their intent, right? So you have to kind of think about like that. That's how fucking deranged they are. They're willing to, chase a woman down. Like, chasing her down in and of itself, I think is wrong. Harassing her, like... And then you had that gentleman, a rider, he had his fucking phone taken. It looked like, what I saw was like maybe they grabbed it and threw it or broke, whatever, you know. His phone was taken from him, knocked his hat off, his glasses. As he's going away, they're like, you need to leave. Then they like fucking, as he's walking away, following their orders like Nazis, right? Someone kicks him in the back, right? And then as he's leaving, the liberal douchebags go to the cops and say, he needs to be arrested, right? They wanted him arrested. So they're just some backwards ass fucking people to begin with. They're just super fucking backwards and don't know their ass from the hole in the ground kind of thing down in Portland. I don't know what the hell the deal is, but they're just super violent down there. Not so much in Seattle. I'm sure some of these people are prone for violence, but Portland's definitely, they see a right-winger, they attack you. Kind of like that guy here. Had he had one more of these dipshits like kind of following him, I think they're definitely, they could do violence, right? But this is obviously a small-ass little group of fucking brainwashed dipshits. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Tammy? Yeah, the whole, like, they victimize someone and then now they are the victim. You see that a lot with lefties. I don't know why it is. They like to play the victim card. They go assault someone, like in the case with him. They assaulted him, and then, you know, they're anti-cop or want to defund the police. And then they assault the gentleman, take his phone, his glasses and shit. And then they turn around and tell the cops, you need to arrest him, right? And they're like, we have it all on video. Like, what they have on video is them assaulting him. Once you get assaulted, anything you do thereafter could be considered self-defense, right? So if someone assaults me and they keep pursuing me and then I assault them, it's not really assault at that point, it's self-defense. And I think liberals forget that. They think they can act with impunity and kind of go around fucking attacking people, hitting their phones, breaking their shit. It's like, you can't do that. And they're the ones that are, you know, saying, you know, Nazis, all the other bullshit, when really they're the very kind of Nazi behavior that you see is anti-free speech. Like, we disagree with these fucking dumbass people, but you don't see me over there in their face asking who they're with, or, you know, I think they have the right to be here on the corner and do all this shit. They don't feel the same about us, right? I just feel bad for the fucking neighbors have to deal with this fucking honking twice a month. I don't know. I would go out if I mean, not to say these people in this area don't support them, but you also want to have a Saturday without a fucking honking all day, right? Like, go find a new spot every weekend or something. Why does it have to be this spot? And there's a lot better spots too. So I'd imagine these people are really tied to this particular neighborhood. I could see the guy, he's kind of moved on. I don't know where he went. I could see him and the gal being part of like the HOA president and vice president, right? Going in your backyard, taking pictures and shit. You see people like really getting intense with the HOA. Great Wall of America, right? I know, fucking, yeah, don't get me started on Portland. Portland is crazy. I want to see if they give Mike a 3-block ban for assaulting. Yeah, they won't. Don't. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen. Yeah, and I think he lied on his shit when they arrested him. Maybe they probably didn't actually weigh him. It said he weighs 405 pounds. That son of a bitch, and he's 6'2", mind you. To be that large, he's way more than 405 pounds. He's probably inching up towards 500. Or maybe that's what's on his ID when he originally got it, 405 or something. But that's a bunch of bullshit. He's way more than... He's heavier than that. They're Antifa, not liberals. They are social. Yeah, the socialists are a little different. You know, they're not like the classical... I wouldn't even call liberals in general classical liberals. That's George Washington was a classical liberal, right? They're kind of a different breed now, right? He has been saying he's 380. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. I highly doubt that. He is definitely not 380 pounds. Do you live in the neighborhood? You guys think that, like, the sound of this every weekend is like kind of irritating, or like a honking, like non-stop? Yeah, this is every other weekend, so like I'm curious to find someone who lives right here. Like the honking is getting nuts. I feel like everybody probably supports them, right? It's just it's Saturday. People want to work sometimes, but this is every other weekend, and it's like.
Yeah, I understand. That would be really annoying.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts hearing it right now.
Yeah.
So, how's it going? Oh, you're not. Yeah, don't. They have to have an air horn, right? All right, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just trying to find someone that lives nearby and ask them about the sound. In a custom and reinforced outhouse, right? He probably would. That's what's fucked up. He Saturday, he'd fall in the hole, and they would like, we can't get him out, right? What's up, Wolf? He's seen his weed. He hasn't seen his weed in years. It's fucking sucks about larger people, right? The cleaning thing is, just putting water on your body is one thing and kind of rinsing it off. But getting soap down there and under there, right, everywhere. You can't be disabled if you're able to shower. Let's just say if he doesn't stink, he's not disabled. Because, to give yourself a reach around when you're that fucking big, it's quite the task. And I just I don't want to put this in your guys' head, but I visualize him rolling on the ground and shit, trying to reach behind his back to, gross, yeah. Maybe he goes like to one of those car washes and has his roommate hose him down or some shit once a week. Yeah, Wolf, like all your messages have to be moderated, bro. You must have said some shit to the AI thinks you're like a troll. Like almost all your messages. Even though it's shit that's like not even, crazy. Yeah, my 600-pound life, right? Yeah, they look real stupid, Barbara. I know, they look dumb as shit. Yeah, if they're not paid, they're very stupid. Well, this guy right here is probably not paid. He's probably just a dumbass volunteer. He almost pulled his back out picking up a sign. Yeah, the unwanted visual. Like, I probably shouldn't have said that right. My bad. The unwanted visual. Yeah, it's nasty, right? This lady doing? Stretching your knees, they look like something else. The shit. Yeah, these idiots don't realize they stand there with their knees locked, right? You're not supposed to stand for like long periods of time with your knees locked. I'm surprised we don't see any of these boomers falling over. They do those wipey sticks for little and obese. Yeah. Maybe we should, if he ever starts an Amazon list, right? I wonder if there's a way you could buy things for someone that aren't on their list and it would get shipped to them. That would be fucking great if Amazon. Maybe they do, and I'm just uninformed. But I wonder if there is something like that for like Amazon lists, where you could just buy them shit that's not on their list. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing, but that would be something someone could buy them, right? And then you put the little gift note in there. What up, Arturo? Yeah, we're just at Boomtown here in Ballard. Crazy guy earlier. Yeah, these boomers are just, you know, getting their daily testosterone with all the honks and shit. Nothing crazy. Got some crazy people in blowies and pissing off the neighbors and shit. So these neighbors have to deal with this fucking honking twice a month. For whoever fucking knows how long. First and third Saturday, they come out here and do this shit. Antagonize, harass the fucking neighbors. Non-stop honking. Yeah, I don't think the action's going to be too good at this spot, though, Arturo, to be honest with you. I was just kind of heading out of Seattle and was going to another spot actually that was very close to here, and I was there and there was no one there. I'm like, fuck. I rolled down the window because it's so nice out, and I heard all the honking. So I'm like, what the fuck? I know the sound of like a flag wave or something, right? Or honk for whatever, right? So I kind of drove down here. So it's 2 blocks from the spot I was at. And they're kind of at a church, that big ass white thing you guys see behind. I think I said this earlier, but it's like they're doing like a food bank drive, and the people from the church are like kind of watching and laughing at these people. I'm sure they're fucking absolutely annoyed by it too. What's up, DLP? Thanks for streaming. Nothing on the East Coast today. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what's crazy is BG on the scene, right? He was in Portland last night, right? Thank God for him. There was a lot of good stuff we saw in footage. I'm sure people are clipping the shit out of everything he had, but he's already down in California live streaming this morning. I think it's California, San Gabriel, I think is where he's at. So he's everywhere, bro. You gotta really give it to him as well that BG that boy gets around, right? Yeah, it is like a business with these people. I don't think that nut job's coming back. The nut job that was here earlier fucking getting all crazy and shit with me. I don't think he's coming back, but I keep watching my 6 and shit just in case. He seemed definitely prone to violence, and it's a little early for that. I was hoping to run into Danny and Chris yesterday. I know they were going to be in Seattle. They ended up going to Tacoma, whatever. But something special for them I was going to give them. So I'll run into them eventually again. Shout out to Arturo. Yeah, Arturo's the man. Arturo's the shit, right? Everybody can agree with that. I've been watching Arturo for a while. I never really was active on YouTube with the comments and shit and whatever until super recently. But I've been watching Arturo for a little bit of time. Not too long, but a little bit of time. I actually found him covering some of this shit in Portland, and then before that he was covering other shit, obviously. And that's kind of, actually Arturo is the one where I kind of found Tommy Boy and all this shit, actually. So he was like the source of my getting in the know, so to speak, with this shit going down in Portland. And, you know, a lot of people kind of owe him, little credit to, for helping us out, because he's kind of a person that values, people and shit, which is kind of cool. He doesn't just overlook people and shit, which is always cool when people recognize things, especially small guys like me. I just started this shit, so I definitely am appreciative, you know what I mean? And I'm a super new channel too. Shit, I started this channel a month and a half ago. So super new channel myself. Yeah, I wish I brought the bullhorn though. This would be the perfect bullhorn spot. When I was with Seattle yesterday, I was way too many fucking people. That would have been terrible. I probably would have got, the Tommy treatment, assaulted and shit like they did. Like 100% sure of that. Found you through. Yeah, I the other day I forgot where the fuck I was. Is it Woodinville or wherever? Or no. Tacoma Ice. Sorry. Every fucking person was like, Arturo, DD fam, right? Like, holy shit. Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Or just sheriff and cops. Yeah, right. And this is kind of one of those clubs that I think it's 11 to 12. As soon as it, it hits the time to clock out, they're out. Yeah, I know. The thing with that's bullshit. Yeah, it's nappy time. They were all doing their stretches and shit. Honk for Trump! Damn, I need a bullhorn. My voice is kind of fucked. See, it's exactly 12 o'clock, you guys. Exactly 12 o'clock, they punch out like a bunch of paid fucking actors, right? See you guys in 2 weeks to harass the neighbors. Ask them before they leave though. Alright, so I'm gonna sorry. I ran over you guys. I'm just gonna ask them what organization are they with. That's kind of what I'm curious to know. I don't know if they're with the church or not. What organization are you guys with? What organization are you guys with?
It's not an organization.
It's not an organization?
No.
Neighborhood function or something?
Function.
You guys,
Seattle function.
You guys do this every other weekend, right?
Here.
Any complaints from neighbors about all the honking and?
Oh, we had one guy said his wife was trying to sleep.
Right.
And we said we'll go somewhere else.
So you guys still come here though, right?
That was
down the way.
Blocks over.
So why don't you guys find a more populated spot rather than a neighborhood residential area to do this?
We live here.
Well, you live here. It doesn't mean you need to antagonize your neighbors, right?
Well, they're not antagonized.
I don't know. Before I started streaming,
supportive.
This guy over here was asking me if I was part of your guys' thing because he's tired of the honking. So that's where I got the idea from. It's not like I'm making it up, right? Are you guys with the church here?
No.
They let you park in their parking lot, though?
They don't throw us out.
Huh?
They don't throw us out.
They don't throw you out.
Anyway.
Yep.
What are you, some kind of Nazi?
Am I a Nazi?
Yeah.
No, I'm an American.
kind of American are you?
Pro America, America first, Trump, 100%.
Trump?
You know, DEI.
You like having a criminal for the president?
Well, you can call him what you want. That's your opinion, but I'm for like.
That's not opinion. That's reality.
Well, if that's what your reality, it does your mental illness doesn't need to be part of mine. But
you count the Hawks?
Huh?
You count the honks?
The Hawks?
The honks. People that honk and wave. That
The honk.
Incredible
So,
support here.
well, yeah, you are also in a super liberal area. 95% of people here are liberals, right? So they're gonna honk for you regardless. I could put up a sign that says Trump and people are going to honk too. It doesn't mean I need support. They're just fucking honking, right?
I'm going.
Huh?
I think you're a kind of a foolish tool of the.
All right. Well, you notice how the left always uses like ad hominem. You're attacking me as a person. I've not attacked you once as a person. So when you use ad hominem attacks, it means you just have no. You're just you already accepted defeat. You know you've been defeated by real Americans, and we're pushing fucking people like you. To the brink of you guys are starting to resort to violence and shit because
did you see any violence?
No, but actually I did. The gentleman that came up behind me when I first got here, he was a fucking little loopy, and if he's he left. He's not here anymore. I'll give you that. He left, but he was definitely prone to violence. So if Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler,
none of these people are violent.
so I got a question for you. So if Donald Trump's Adolf Hitler. You're saying that I'm part of like the fucking SS or something, like the Nazi, Nazi Germany.
Well, like that, yeah.
How? Like, are you a veteran?
I am not a veteran.
Okay.
I'm gone though.
All right. You have a good day. Like the flag.
48 stars.
48.
Count it.
Is that a 48-star flag? Oh, I see it now. Yeah. So you're not even a real American. 48 stars? So what's the symbolism behind that?
That's my grandfather's flag.
Oh, well, I respect that. Huh? Well, I hope you come to our side and get enlightened. Go read some George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, the founding fathers. You guys are not true Americans. You guys are not patriots. That's why you have a flag upside down, right? We're not in distress. We're not in distress. Anyway, so I'm going to go film over here at the church. So the church allows these people to park here. So I'm not going to really go near their vehicles or anything like that. They'll probably think I'm like trying to dox them or some shit, but I really don't give a shit either kind of thing. But yeah, so it's Our Redeemer's Lutheran Church lets them park here, antagonize all the fucking neighbors.
Just the sidewalk, right?
Yeah, well, do you live right here?
No, I don't.
Well, that's why you're not bothered, but people who live right here are bothered by the fucking nonstop honking every other weekend.
The First Amendment's pretty...
Oh yeah, it is, but so should I go in front of your house and bullhorn it? You'd be annoyed, right? It's called courtesy, brother. Yeah, so these fucking Nazis, there we go. Yeah, they were out of there too quick. I was trying to cross the street earlier, but they were out of there. I wanted to ask them some questions, but they were out of there really fucking quick. And I think that guy was a veteran. That's why I asked him the veteran question. I thought he was going to say yes, but he's a veteran probably from, I think it was AOC that said it, the fucking World War fucking 12 or 11, whatever the fuck crazy shit she said. Oh, yeah. Ask him if he fought in World War 11, yeah. Well, all today are paying for the whole life at our, World War 11. Yeah, these people are probably all fought in that war, right? The war against the Nazis and the fascists and shit, but they're kind of just chilling in the parking lot over here, so I wonder if the church is, they're just kind of chilling over there. I wonder if the church is kind of not organizing it, but just kind of allowing it and part of it. And the churches in Seattle, if you notice, this church in particular does not have the terrorist flag, with the black triangle and the rainbow and all that shit. I don't even know what they call it, but they update the flag so much that who knows what it even is. But But yeah, the whole thing with the flag upside down, I know some people kind of get offended by that, but actually the flag being upside down is a distress call. Obviously they're not in distress, so I mean, I'm not offended by it, but I know some people do get offended by it. I don't think it's improper to hang it upside down. It just obviously free speech and shit, but I know some people get really offended by it and don't understand what it means. But it's actually it's a call sign, so to speak, right? When it's upside down, you're under distress. I doubt that's the case with these piece of shits, but you know, stop fucking loading. He's not your. Yeah, no shit, right? Fuck loonies. Yeah, they're all loony bits. I didn't want to talk to that old guy, actually. He was kind of off screen. He's the guy that stopped. So I wanted to talk to some of the other people there. Guess he's Alaska. Yeah, right. Dementia Democrats. Yeah, and they said it was like an organization. They're just part of the neighborhood. And he did acknowledge they were further down the road here, and so maybe that's where I was earlier, their original location, because it was more residential, a little busier, but more houses on the corner. So maybe they moved from there, and I was at their old location earlier when I heard the honking, and they moved over here. So I imagine that's kind of what was going down. And then it's also another church parking lot is where the address took us. So yeah, it's just interesting that the churches are so involved with political activism. Not that churches should be 100% non-political, but it seems like the churches in the leftist area support things like the LGBT community, stuff like that, and fly the rainbow flag. And the symbol of the rainbow flag in the Bible is God's promise, right? So it's kind of a disrespectful that they take that symbol and invert it to their cult. And then what happens is it's now they've taken over the symbolism, right? Climatics TV just said, hey, what's up, bro? Climatics. Yeah, I think that's the same Climatics, right? Popped up for a second. Appreciate the sub, brother. But yeah, these people are just they're deranged lefties, and there's nothing we could do to cure certain types of mental health issues. And that's kind of what it is. They need professional help, and I don't think confronting them and logic is going to be the medicine, so to speak. I think they have to have their own realization, and kind of like an alcoholic, they have to take that first step and realize they may have a problem and then seek help, right? Rather than like trying to convince them otherwise. So I never try to convince liberals of their mental illness and or how to overcome it. I just try to confront them from the stance of, from your opinion versus mine, right? Because you're not going to change their opinion. Let's just all be real on that. But yeah, so I'm going to walk back to where I parked. I do intend to do a recap this evening on a lot of that went down yesterday. So when I get back to the house, and I'm in Seattle right now, I'm probably about an hour out from the Casa. Yeah, the dumb broad. So this Beamer, I was standing between these two cars right here, right? The nut job confronted me over there. So I stood between these two cars and kept watching my 6, right? To make sure he wasn't sneaking up on me. She thought this van was mine. So she was taking pictures of the license plate and everything. I'm like, you crazy lady, this is my car. It's not my car, you guys. So she started taking pictures of this car. So whoever owns this car, I apologize in advance if anything happens to your car. Probably got good insurance. It's a BMW. And I think it's a gentleman at the church. But I guess I'm not going to put my car in film. So let's see if I could take a video of... Yeah, so... Yeah, my car's right there. I'm not going to fucking dox my own car. But this neighborhood behind me goes all the way down into neighborhood. And I'd imagine that they're being fucking harassed, right? When I first had gotten out of the car and I was pulling my camera rig out, someone was like, are you going over there? I forgot what they called it, like to the protests on the street kind of thing. And I was like, no, I'm going to film it because I'm sure they're causing a havoc or whatever the fuck I said. And they're like, thank God someone's kind of bringing bringing this to the attention of something, right? She thought it was probably with the media or something. Who knows? So I don't think people are very happy with it because, I mean, I've been on this side of the street, but this is a house right here, and everything behind me is homes, and you can see house right here, house down there. And I was down, so this is 25th Ave Northeast, sorry. I was down on, 22nd Northwest on this main road, and I fucking heard the honking. And that's what got me here. I was at their old location. So it's probably real bothersome. And all these liberals agree with him. So I don't understand the coming out here honking thing, right? Why not go to like the main street? So on 85th and down further, I'm not too familiar with Ballard, but either way, 85th is kind of more residential. Why not go down to, Ballard area where all the businesses are? It's more commercial, industrial. And to be honest with you, it's a hell of a lot busier, right? So you'll get more honks and your social cred will be a lot better for these fucking libtards. So I don't get it. I mean, I get they live here, but also we're talking less than a mile away. It's a much better spot for them to do this shit and harass the neighbors. So I just don't get it. Carrying a flag upside down is an insult to everyone that died giving you your freedom. Yeah, I hear that argument a lot. I get it. And I don't think, it doesn't bother me, but I understand the logic with the flag thing being upside down and shit. But it is a record. It's actually in the USC code. It's supposed to be used in times of real distress. So just to willy-nilly do it, like, it's kind of stupid, right? But yeah, I do get the argument, and I do get, I don't like people burning the fucking American flag, and if I see it in myself in person, I've saved a few American flags in my time, to be very blunt about it, but at the same time, it's protected First Amendment speech, so I kind of respect that, but let me tell you this, don't burn a fucking flag in my presence. It's not going to go good for you, especially, I don't care about the mob. I will get assaulted and a good ass beaten if that's what's needed to protect the flag, because that's probably the least that was done, to bring about that flag or to protect it, right? So me just getting beat up by 20 people is not really a sacrifice, in the sense of many people have died for that flag. So I don't think these people understand that. They actually think they're fighting real Nazis in World War XI, right? So you got to think about it also from their mindset. Their framework is they think they're truly fighting fascism and Nazis. So when you realize that they're like out of their fucking mind on that shit, you could see the delusion and how they justify violence against us, right? And because at the end of the day, they're attacking Nazis and fascists, right? Who deserve to be killed, and that's how they see it. They don't see it any other way. So it's kind of crazy. You got to kind of look at it from their perspective and see why they're so prone to violence is because of that, right? I'll give the old guy an attitude adjustment. Yeah, no problem going to jail. Yeah, I agree. I just don't like beating up seniors, This is necessary. Traitors deserve zero sympathy. Absolutely agree with that, Jim. Everything you're saying is fucking on point, brother. BC is live, no Queen's Rally in OR. BC is not a preacher. Don't be fooled. Yeah, I don't know if he's a preacher or not. I don't know if he's just biting on that name. I don't know much about BC. I've only watched a few of his streams. Usually when he's live, I've watched. I know he does like restreaming and news stuff. Like, I don't know much about him. You thought the Amazon buses were protest buses? Maybe. Yeah, so yesterday, those Amazon buses, they are owned by Amazon. But a lot of those, not everybody, some of them probably were employees, but a lot of those people were actually getting on those buses that were in the protest. They were putting down the signs and getting on the buses. So I don't know if you're trying to be a fucking D-bag or something there, but there were definitely protesters getting on that bus. And there was a big group of protesters from Amazon that were there. You could go back to the video, and I'll probably clip it and put those two together. But those are definitely Amazon buses. You're not wrong. And I don't think all those people were necessarily at the protest, but there was a lot of people getting on those buses that were dropping their signs and getting on the buses, and probably just taking advantage of that they have that route nonstop at certain times, and they probably know the schedule. And keep in mind, they ditched work that day and still got a free ride home, right? So go look into it yourself before you say crazy shit like that, right? Because I was on the ground. My eyes don't lie. Yeah, I watched them burn the flag, last night. Yeah, and surprising, the dipshits had lighter fluid, right? That was very surprising, and we're able to figure it out. Step away from the TV and go touch grass. Yeah, no, I know. Maybe do some grounding, take off their shoes, walk on the beach. I think that's what a lot of these liberals do, is they sit in their basements or online all day, and they just don't know what the fuck's going on. But yeah, I'm going to tap out of here, you guys. I'll probably do something tonight, recap. I'm going to do some clipping and shit, going over everything, what I did and everything that was kind of going on. A lot of shit happened. So probably see you tonight. But other than that, I'm out of here, y'all.